Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Jim here bringing you the first episode of my Chelsea career mode on FIFA 17. Now, I'm recording this on its day of release, and we can see in the opening sort of screen here the club that we're going to manage and the board expectations in minor detail. Domestic success, continental success and brand exposure are all critical. Financial is very low and youth development is low. We'll go into those in a bit more detail in a little while. Transfer budget is 84.3 million. The club worth is 1.6 billion. And obviously the ground is Stamford Bridge. Let's just select it quickly. I'm going to select that manager there. Because out of them all, it looks like the better one, really, to be fair. And the one that sort of, I don't know, makes me look better, I suppose. I don't know. I'm going to go with a shirt and tie. Advance, I'm not going to do that yet. Match degree is professional. I'm going to download the latest squads, and we're not going to be going in the European competition in the first season because last year Chelsea played badly and did not qualify. I'm going to start on professional difficulty and possibly up it to world class depending on how I get on in the first few games. So let's advance. Download the latest squads for this career mode. We're only going to set up the squad and make sure we know what we're doing here. So I'll jump back to you in a second. Right then guys, we're into the next phase now. We've got to select our pre-season tournament. Now financial is low, but what I am going to do is I'm going to just select the one with the most amount of money, and that is the American Challenge Cup, which was about 10.5 million. So I saw that with Atletico Madrid were in there, Juventus were in there. So let's go into the office and the emails. American Challenge Cup. Now shirt sales, a new thing in FIFA this year, a part of the board expectations, which we will get onto in a moment. And the board want us to earn 170 million in shirt sales. Important transfer market information we don't have to worry about, but our vision and expectations we'll go into detail in a moment. But domestic success, how well the team does in the league and domestic cup. Continental success, how well the team does in international competitions. And then brand exposure, expanding the brand and popularity of our club. So let's view the objectives. So the overview is to, within 2 seasons in the Champions Cup, win it basically, qualify for the Champions Cup and win the FA Cup. Youth development is low, but we need to sign. It's a short-term goal, so we need to sign one player from my youth academy, and which is assigned to the forward position. So basically, he needs to be a striker, and then grow one youth academy player by at least 5 overall points, playing him in 5 matches, either as part of the starting 11 or coming on as a sub. Brand exposure, 170 million. Shirt sales, which we know about. Domestic financial success, financial objective, there isn't anything to do. Domestic success, short term, win the Premier League and win the FA Cup. Continental success, qualify for the Champions League as a short term, and obviously as the long term, win the Champions League within 2 seasons. So I'm going to go and sort out my shortlist now, and we'll take a look at the possible options for signing players and selling players too. Right guys, as you can see, we are in the Sell Players tab from the menu. This first episode, is probably not going to have any gameplay whatsoever, and we're literally only going to be setting up the squad as to what we want to do with it. We're going to run through the positions here in the players and decide who we want to sell, who we want to loan out, and decide on which positions we feel we'll need strengthening straight away. We've got 4 keepers. Collins, quite happy to let him go out on loan for at least 2 years. Begovic, Courtois and Eduardo I'm quite happy to keep hold of. Cahill in the first team, staying. Christensen's out on loan. David Luiz is obviously only just signed, because we can't do anything with him. Romero's out on loan. Terry is staying to Mori. I'm probably not going to use him for at least another year or 2, so he can go out on loan. Zuma and Aspilicueta are staying, of course. Babalat, Rahman and De Silva are going to... Baba Rahman's out on loan. De Silva looks alright. Might even just... I want to try and keep a couple of the youth players back. De Silva just helps us in that left back position. Arena is staying. He's a decent youth player. Chalobah, I'm quite happy to let him go out on loan for at least 2 years. Ivanovic, not a fan. I mean, part of it is put down to me his performance in real life next season. Me going off him slightly. Not a fan. Going to add him to the transfer list. Todd Kane, is it Todd Kane? I think it's Todd Kane. Yeah, it's Todd Kane. 22 years old, 70 overall, in a very good position. Looks very talented and very good. So you keep hold of him. Boga, 19 years old, 73 rated. Definitely keeping hold of him as a good, decent youth player. Always loaned out anyway, but still. Loftus-Cheek is going to stay. Mount's quite happy to let him go out on loan. Not quite good enough yet. Can let him go out on 2-year loan. Oscar staying, of course. Piazon already been loaned out. Matic, Mikel staying. Pasalic out on loan already, along with Baker. Chalobah, quite happy to keep hold of him at centre mid. Very good youth player there. Fabregas is staying. Kante is staying. Scott, 18 years old, 58 rated. Not particularly as good as you'd think, but I'll let him go out on a 2-year loan somewhere, hopefully. Van Ginkel, do I sell him? I'm not. I'm 23 years old, 73 rated. I'll keep him, but if I decide to get rid of him, that'll be in January probably. I'm quite happy to use him, unless an offer comes in. You never know. Alonso, the new signing, who I thought was a left back. He can play at left back and he can play down the left side. So Hazard staying, obviously. Moses, Pedro, Cuadrado's loaned out. Williams staying. Atsu. Moisonda is loaned out. Batshuayi, Costa, Remy, Solanke and Traore. Now, Traore and Remy are loaned out. Solanke I'm quite happy to keep hold of as a backup to Batshuayi and Costa, as one of the youth players to play whenever we get a chance. So that's the squad. I would like to, if I can, obviously selling Ivanovic, we had to get a new right back in, and I am going to consider a couple of players there. Obviously we've got Boga, who is loaned. So at the moment in Cam, another position I'm looking to strengthen. We've got Loftus-Cheek, Oscar, and Fabregas. Fabregas can play there as well, obviously, but obviously it's not his primary position. But can he actually play there? That's the question. Can Fabregas play there? Can he play there? He can, but he could. But then again, do we need a new Cam? I don't. We might do in January, because there was a couple of one or two players I was considering. But let's leave that and let's go. And I'm going to go now and update my shortlist. Right, guys, I've had a look at players that play in the right back and central attacking midfield positions, and there's nobody really in Cam. But then again, we decided that we've got enough players in that position in order for us to challenge, basically. We've got Oscar. Loftus-Cheek and Fabregas that can play in those positions. Willian and Hazard can all play there as well, because I've got substitutes for in Pedro, Moses and Cuadrado. Pedro and Moses on those wings anyway. But right back, Serge Aurier of PSG is going to hopefully be his replacement. Now, I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to approach him. Actually, no. Can I scout him first? Or am I already doing that? Or is he already fully scouted? Is he already fully scouted? He is. Okay. So let's approach Paris to buy him. Now, we could do this one of two ways. Straight cash or add Ivanovic into the deal. With 22.5 million, they've recommended 28.4. I'm just going to go in and go, should we say 25 for Aurier? I know they said 28, but if they get rejected, we could quite easily add Ivanovic into the deal. But then again, we could get some money for him as well. So we're going to keep going on that and advance to the first game against Bayer Leverkusen, which we're going to simulate what we got. Boss may make a request. Bradley Collins, you're just not exactly good enough at the moment, mate. You're going to be loaned out, and I don't feel the need to put you in. But what I will do for this first game against Bayer Leverkusen is, let's sort the team out, shall we? 4-2-3-1. Leave Ivanovic in. Let's put Willian out on the right. Hazard in for Costa. Hazard out on the right, and then Matic for Put Matic in there for Oscar. Make sure the bench is good. Yep. Okay, let's do this. Let's simulate this first game. Hopefully we can get a positive result. Now I've started my own career with Chelsea off camera and won the competition, the pre-season tournament by simulating. So let's simulate this game against Bayer Leverkusen and see where the situation with Aurier goes after that, shall we? They're playing a 4-5-1 Leverkusen, or a 4-2-3-1, just like we are, and we win 4-1. Oh, that's a shame. Ivanovic has gone off injured. Çalhanoğlu missed a penalty for Bayer Leverkusen. Cahill and Pedro scoring singular goals. Hazard getting 2. How bad is Ivanovic's injury? So bringing Aurier in isn't actually that bad at the end of the day anyway. So let's see what the office of the emails we've got. Unacceptable for Aurier. They want 43. Bit too much. Ivanovic is out for 6 weeks. Okay. I'm going to be a bit cheeky. 25 plus Ivanovic. Now, I know he's injured. 25 plus Ivanovic. Now, I know that they wanted 43, but Ivanovic could sweeten the deal slightly despite him being injured. Let's just try it and see what happens. Let's advance to the next one against Athletic. Oh, that's Sevilla, isn't it? That says Athletic Bilbao, but it's Sevilla. Transfer offers for Pedro and Fikayo Tomori. Pedro, you are going nowhere. You're a good backup to Hazard and Willian and Oscar are across those front three. Tomori, 1 year out on loan at Exeter, will do him some good. Simple as that. One player off the books already. Let's keep going. Oh, really? Right, okay. So basically, Sevilla, PSG are yet to come back to us with that. So Ivanovic, you're going to go out for Todd Kane. Going to switch the team up a bit. Willian for Moses. Costa for Batshuayi. Fabregas for Matic. Cahill for Zuma. And that will be that for the time being for this game against Sevilla. So hopefully we can get an answer back from PSG regarding Aurier and the transfer of Branislav Ivanovic, who we no longer want to see here at this club. Obviously he's injured now, but Todd Kane is very decent. Get Aurier into that squad, we are much stronger. It's the top two going head to head here after convincing wins in their opening game. We draw 2-2. Hazard and Fabregas getting on the score sheet. Vieto and Ben Yedder for Sevilla getting this on the score sheet. It's a 2-2 draw. Have PSG got back to us regarding the signing of Serge Aurier? Let's have a go. Let's have a look, shall we? On to offer unacceptable. Are they interested in the player? They are. Okay, they're interested in the player. That's a start. They want 39.4. I'm willing to add 10 onto that and go 35. Trying to save a bit of money. Could be overpaying, but then again, we're letting one player go and getting one very good player in return. So let's have a look quickly. Actually, no, let's just get the pre-season tournament a step closer to being done. Let's advance to the final group stage game, and hopefully by that time Serge Aurier has come back to us. No, he hasn't yet. Transfer offer for Cesar Azpilicueta going nowhere. Simple as that. Juve coming in on a 25 million bid there. Don't want to sell any of our key players at all. I'm quite happy to let some Ivanovic out of all, pretty much out of the whole squad. Ivanovic was the only one I wanted to see get rid of, and a few of our youngsters to go out on loan. It was as simple as that. Ivanovic is going to go to PSG. Aurier coming to us as a return. He really a crucial first team player, and straight away we've made a step closer to making our first signing of the season. We've got a Sporting here. Let's sort the squad out and jump straight into it. Right, guys, for this final group stage game against Sporting KC, it's second versus third. Put David Luiz and Alonso in at the back, and to see how we're going to get on here. Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? We win 3-0. Willian, Oscar and Hazard. Batshuayi coming on off the bench. And we are through to the semi-finals of the competition. Got Juventus in the semi. Could be tough. Could be very tough indeed. Transfer offer for Cesc Fabregas, you are going absolutely nowhere. You're not going to buy him for 41.5 million. You are a key player and you are staying at this club. Tournament prize money, an extra 2.6 million there. Lovely jubbly. Okay, next match, Juventus, the semi-final. Going to be interesting to see what we can do. Transfer offer for Diego Costa, not going anywhere. Wolfsburg for 35.5. Goodbye. See you later. Right, guys, for this the semi-final game against Juventus, Hazard is going to stay Alonso for Aspilicueta, Terry for Cahill, the game is too big for any. For me, the game is too big for any of our youth players to attempt to come in and make an impact. I mean, Todd Kane is very good and is very decent at what he does. So we're gonna might as well just go into it. We're going to simulate it. Obviously, if we beat Juventus, then obviously we know that Juventus are a very difficult team. Could have Atletico Madrid in the final if we get there, and we do. We beat them 2-0. Willian and Hazard getting on the bench. Fabregas coming off for Pedro. So, into the final we go. It's against Sevilla once again. Okay, right. Press conference, transfer offer. Dominic Solanke. No. Am I going to use him though? He's a decent. I would like to use him if I can. I'm going to reject on this occasion. I want to keep. I mean, he's decent. He's a youngster. I know, but we're not going to use him eventually. But I might do. You know, he's a good young player. Contract offer accepted by PSG for the signing of Serge Aurier. Branislav Ivanovic going the other way to PSG in his replacement, and we've got a new signing. Our first signing of the new season. We've got an email still somewhere. Tournament prize money once again, 3.5 million. Lovely jubbly. Aurier's going to come into the game in the final against Sevilla in the final of the American Challenge Cup. And the squad is looking in this state. Aurier is going to come in. That is the only change we're going to make for the cup final. And we'll have a look in a second on the situation regarding finances, the new finances tab, and the selling of player shirts, basically. So, Sevilla versus Chelsea. We played them last time and drew, I think, 2-2. We did draw 2-2. We got a 1-1 draw, beat them on penalties. Costa getting the goal, Ben Yedder getting the goal for them. They took the lead and we brought it back on the brink of half time. We win the American Challenge Cup, and that's that. The rest of the deadline, the pre-season pretty much is done now. All we need to do now is focus on bringing in some players now before the start of the Premier League season in the next couple of episodes against West Ham United. Let's have a quick look at the new finances tab. This is the overview in terms of transactions. We've done 29.52 million on player shirt sales already. Hazard, Oscar and Costa being the top three players. So we did that. We've basically done about 15 million in 2 weeks. So we've done pretty good there. So that's that. That will be the end of episode 1. In the next episode, we are going to edge closer to the start of the season, as well as set up youth scouts to try and help us make some progress with this youth development objective. Even though I would like to complete it, so we're going to get some youth scouts on the go in the next episode and make some progress towards the start of the Premier League season. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed it. Share it around. And I'll see you in episode 2 very soon indeed. Got my first episode of The Journey and My Player coming out very soon indeed as well. Along with Ultimate Team 2 at some point. So check out the channel page for all of those. By all means, follow me on Twitter as well, because there'll be updates and everything on there if you've missed any. And I'll see you in the next one very soon indeed. See you later.